everyone, this is Michelle and I'm here to kick off this happy month of December with a process video on how I put together my simple title page for my December documented album. Now I'm going to make, my album is going to be a mix of elements, pocket pages, traditional style layouts, along with some other things, but I can't get to any of that until I've got my title page done. So what I've decided to go ahead and do is use a 6x8 pocket page that I've actually cut down in size. So there's only 8 pockets as opposed to 12. And I'm going to go ahead and fill those with some pattern paper that I have punched out with my handy dandy square punch. And I'm going to fill only a few of those pockets because I want to have some see-through elements in my album. When I decide, before I even attempt an album, I will write down some ideas or concepts that I want to see throughout my album, and having lots of see-through elements is a fun thing for me to do. It's something that I like, and one of the ways I do that is by just leaving pockets blank and filling up with, filling them with embellishments, glitter, or like I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and put some chipboard pieces in those. That way you can see the chipboard, but then you can kind of get a peek at what's coming behind. So I went ahead and decided on my arrangement for my pattern papers. I'm going to go ahead and commit to attaching my Avery L tab that I pulled from my stash. I'll use these throughout my album. This time, for the purpose of this title page, I wanted to go ahead and use it kind of as like a title holder. So I've typed December 2018 and slipped that in the pocket. Now for my embellishments, I'm going to go ahead and choose a mix of chipboard pieces, as well as I pulled out some of the puffy little stickers and the sticker sheets that are also in the kit. And I'm going to consider those as options to decorate my pockets. I've also kind of at this point thought about possibly using some white glitter in those 2 remaining pockets that are empty, because that would give it kind of like the shaker card feel. I'm not yet for sure if that's what I'm going to do, but I've got that there as an option. And those glitter sequins, the white glitter sequins, are something that I purchased last year in hopes of using it then, but I didn't. So maybe this year will be the year. So I really want this chipboard piece to actually go on top of the page protector, since, it's an odd shape, it's not going to fit in a pocket. And I don't mind that. I like, especially on a title page, to have a variety of textures and whether or not some things are in pockets, some things are on top of pockets. I like to have elements that you can actually touch and feel with your clean hands. No dirty hands, please, if you're going to look at my album. So right now I'm working on deciding exactly where I'm going to put that. I'm not going to glue it down yet because I still need to decide what I want to go ahead and put in those clear pockets. Now I know I said I was going to do sequins, but that was just an option. I've actually pulled 2 of the gold stars that are included in the kit, and I'm liking that they bring a little bit of metallic to my page. I think after placing them there in the pockets, and I thought they were just a little bit better of an option than the white sequins because it added a different color and a different texture. Now both of these stars I am going to actually place inside the pockets. The bigger star I have not adhered at all. It's actually seems like it is made perfectly for that pocket because it's not moving. I even off camera, I went ahead and turned my page upside down and shook it, and it wouldn't come out. The smaller star, though, that's a different story, and I'm going to go ahead and need to adhere that with a tiny bit of, I used liquid glue, and you couldn't even really see it on the back, so I was happy with that. Now, I went ahead, since I had decided, for sure that I wanted those stars there, I went ahead and adhered that chipboard piece, and then I ran it through my machine and just to stitch it down for good. And I went ahead and used white thread. Once again, I had set aside some other colorful thread that that I might want to use throughout the album. But I ended up going with my favorite, which is just a plain white, and I like how that looks. But the colors, I will probably try to go outside my box and add some more colorful thread at a later time in my project. So here I am, pretty much this is for sure how I want my pocket page to look. I'm not going to actually place those chipboard ornaments, which are also from the kit. They're part of the Pink Fresh Studio chipboard set that comes with a bajillion pieces, it seems like, which is nice because it'll give me a lot to sprinkle throughout my album for the next 25 to 31 days, depending on how long I want this project to go. But I am going to just go ahead and peel off the backing and just stick them right on top of that clear pocket page. And go ahead and leave them as is. One of my options was to staple them on, but which is usually what I go for. But I decided that I just kind of like that as is. If I want to staple them to the plastic protector just to offer some extra security so they don't fall off, I might do that. But at this point, I'm thinking that the adhesive is going to stick. But of course, that might change. But I'll notice that at a later time probably, but I don't foresee any problems. So now you can see this is the back side of my page that I did. This does not bother me to see the back side of chipboard, to see the back side of my stitching. I like my album to have a very much handmade feel to it. I've been hand making things since I was little and learned how to cross stitch, and I just like that homemade, handmade sort of look to it. So it doesn't bother me to see those back sides of those elements when I flip it over. Of course, if it does bother you, you could always back them with other things. The stars, of course, they can stand alone on their own, but you could do something with the ornaments to cover the back side of it. But as for me, super happy with how it looks, and so I'm just going to go with it. So I went ahead and really I'm done. I'm kind of deciding what I want to do, if there's anything else, but I'm pretty pleased. So I like my album simple. That is the best advice I could possibly ever give myself. And now that I've got my title page done, I feel I can get to work on my album. I am one of those persons who just cannot do foundation pages. It's just impossible for me. It frustrates me to no end. So I will always, as you can see here, I've kind of got my cards in place for the first page that you're going to see for day 1. But that's only because that day never changes in my schedule because that is my son's birthday. So I know I will usually use 2 cards and have a picture of his pancake breakfast and then a picture of him blowing out candles or something with his gift. So that will most likely be what I go ahead and go with there. Now I want to invite you guys all to stop by our forum on Facebook. Just search for Hip Kit Club Member Forum and it should pop in. Those of us, design team members as well as other Hip Kit fans will be there, and we will be sharing our projects as we go. And it's always nice to see what everyone else is doing and to cheer each other on. If Instagram is your thing, go ahead and look at the hashtag December Documented, and you'll find our projects as we work on them throughout the month of December. Thanks for having me today, and happy December, and good luck on your December Documented albums.